What's up, you guys? I'm Christina Sheree. If you're new to my channel, hey, why don't you take a quick little sec and hit that subscribe button? And if you're returning, it's always good to see you as I like fling my arms and knock shit stuff down. You guys, I'm in a good mood. I have a palette that I really love, and already it's a first impression. Don't want to babble too much. If you're curious to see how I got this summer bronzy look, and you like the thumbnail photo of the palette, just grab a snack and keep on watching. We're gonna jump into the video and I'm gonna stop babbling. Hey you guys, so today is all about this really pretty bronze beauty. You've seen the thumbnail, you know it's coming. This little Natasha Denona bronze palette. This is just such a beautiful palette in person, and honestly, on Instagram and her website, it just really doesn't do it justice. You see a lot more depth in the colors in person, but let me just kind of talk about all of that. So today, I'm just gonna do a really simple kind of summery bronze look with this palette, and I might actually talk about the face palette, um, but I probably will do that one in a separate video so that it's just not too long. But if you see me use that, that's what it is. So yeah, let me just kind of jump into the deets about this palette. I'm looking down because I took some notes, so forgive me. But this is one of her new palettes. It's the bronze palette, and it has 15 new shades, same formula, buttery smooth and hydrating. I did do some swatches, so it does feel on par with the other ones. We'll see how it performs. 19.25 grams of product for the whole palette, which is about 1.28 grams per pan. Now this is her smaller pans, which brings the price down considerably, as opposed to say her bigger 15 pan palette like the gold palette. This one is like the love palette, and I believe is it sunset? It's either sunset or sunrise. Is the same size as this one. You can get this palette right now. I definitely know in 3 places. So NATASHADENONA.com, Sephora, and Beautylish. So yeah, let's just jump into this palette. Okay, I'll actually put a picture of the palette on screen so you can see what colors I'm going into. So I've primed my eyes and I've picked up my Milk Cosmetic blender brush, and I'm going to go into the color Sundown and just place this in my transition area. So just go ahead and stamp it in. I call it stample. Stamp it in. I just really want a light transition color here because I'm really going for kind of a natural smoky bronze look. That is the goal. We'll see how that works. So yeah, anyways, putting this in the transition area. Okay, so I took that color and warmed up my transition area and also brought it down a little bit underneath my eyes. And I wanted to show you this part. I always have to make sure I look straight ahead into the mirror and put that color also where I want it, because what I tend to do, I don't know if you do the same thing, but what I tend to do is I kind of do my makeup like this, and when you're looking dead ahead, you don't actually see it. And I want this color to show above my eyelid when I'm looking at you. Alright, so I like that color. On to the next. Okay, so same brush. I'm not switching the color off. Now I'm going into Suntan, and I'm going to take just a little bit on the brush and place this in between the transition area and just slightly above in my crease. So not completely in it, like right there. I'm going to go ahead and place this where I want it, all the way across the lid. And then you guys, I did my very first masterclass. Well, I didn't do it, I attended one. And it was the Pat McGrath one for Divine Rose 2. And one of the things that they did there that I'm going to try, they call it directional blending. I'm not a makeup artist, so you guys are makeup artists, you probably already know this. But it's basically just blending kind of what it says in the direction you want the color. Because I generally will do like circular motions like this, or windshield wipers, which works. But I'm saying all this to say I'm using this color and trying that directional blending method. Suntan is a really pretty color. It blends itself, but I must say it is a little bit darker on the lid than it appears in the pan, so just be aware of that. Now I'm just taking a clean blending brush, so my Fenty 210, and just going around the edges just to soften them and blend them into that first color, Sundown, that we used. I like that color so much, I'm actually going to take the same brush, go back into Suntan, and put that on my lower lash. Just wrap it around all the way to the inner and connect it to the top. Bring it down a bit far. Okay, so that's all wrapped around my eyes. Now I'm picking up my Morphe M506 and going into the color Magma, which is really pretty. And for this, I'm just gonna stamp this in my crease to about midpoint, so about right there. And focus the color mostly on the outer third. And once you get the intensity that you want, I kind of start to build out that wing. I like my shadow to kind of wing out. It works pretty well for my eye, so I default to that, but go ahead and continue to pack it in. And go ahead and bring it on the outer third of your lid. So like that. And then once you get it to the saturation you want, just go ahead and blend it. And if you hold your brush at the end, you have more control, but it's also softer. So you're not going to get those harsh lines in your shadow. So I really like this Magma color. It's so pretty. All right, so same brush, same color. I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap it around to the lower lash line. And for right now, I'm gonna start about midpoint and then take it all the way to the corner and wrap it around like that. Alright, same brush. I'm not switching off the color. Now I'm going into the color Deep Dive. And I just want to deepen up this outer V here. You can use a more dense packer brush if you want, but I really just want to give a little bit of dimension here. So I'm just using a little bit of that color and packing it on. Focused in the outer V. Take your brush and start to flick it up a little bit. And then blend it. Blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. You can go into the crease a little bit too. But really just keep it focused on the outer third. Alright, same brush, same color, so back into Deep Dive. I am going to place this in the outer third on the lower. And I really want this look to be diffused. So not so defined, so I'm using somewhat fluffier brushes for this. If you want it to be more defined, you can use a shader brush or a denser brush. But I'm just going to go ahead and connect this to the top, wrap it around to the outer third, the lower lash, on both sides. What it is. Alright, so I'm going to add some shimmer to this look now. I'm going into, I think it's called Glowy. I'll put a picture on the screen. It's really pretty color. I don't know if you can see it. Alright, so I'm going to place this all on the lid. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to place it from mid lid to the inner. That's such a pretty, I don't know if you can really see it like this. It's such a pretty color. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep the same color, use a different brush this time. So MB26, my Morphe. Going back into this color, kind of loading up my brush here, and then I'm going to Fix Plus it and go from the inner corner to just underneath where we placed Magma. So drag it on over, and then when you get to the center, just kind of bring it down a little bit. Ooh, I really like that color. All right, so I kind of like to play with things I'm probably not, yeah. I don't know what to say. All right, you guys, so I really like that color, like a lot. So what I'm gonna do is take my finger and go into Rhodium. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's really pretty. And I'm gonna take this right over the outside and the first side. And just go ahead and, ooh, that's so pretty. Hopefully it translates on camera. It's gorgeous color. And just tap it over so they blend. If you want this look to be more foiled, more punchy, you can definitely wet your brush like I did on the bottom. But I really want a soft, bronzy, smoky eye, so I'm not doing that today, except for the lower lash. Okay, picking back up my Morphe MB26, I switched off the other color. I'm going back into Rhodium. Gonna load the brush up. I think it's loaded. I can't really tell. I think so. And go ahead and Fix Plus the brush. And I'm gonna place this on the lower lash, just in the center. So just right there. Gives it this really cool purple shift. I'm loving this palette, you guys. It's so just beautiful. Alright, so I'm gonna do the other side, of course. I don't know why I always say that. It's not like I'm gonna just do one side and call it a day. I mean, I guess I could, but you know. Alright, you guys, I just had to do it. So I'm going back into Rhodium with my Sigma E56 brush, so this one. And I'm loading it up, and I'm going to Fix Plus this one. I just love this color. I love the contrast and the flip it kind of brings to this bronze look. So I'm just going to take it and just place it just like that, so that it gives it a little bit more of a punch. So you see that purple flip. So pretty. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to do an inner corner. There isn't one that just jumps out at me, so I'm going to mix a couple colors. I'm using my Morphe E35 and going into the color Beach. Place that. Wrap it around. It's just a oh, sorry. Hopefully this whole video isn't like this. If it is, sorry. But I'm going to wrap that around. And then place a shimmer on top of that. I didn't want it to be too gold. Did you see that? I just rubbed it on my hand. Switching it off now. And I think I'm going to go into the color Bliss. I'll make it pink. Bliss mixed with a little bit of True Copper. And go ahead and place that right on top. Yeah, that works. So mix Bliss and True Copper for my inner corner on top of Beach. Same brush. I'm taking the color Beach and I'm going to place this as a brow bone highlight. It's really pretty. Yeah. Alright, so I like the way this is right now. I'm going to go ahead and do my liner and lashes. Well, not lashes, but liner and mascara off camera. Check my blending and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I did a couple of things off camera. I love to play with colors, and this look is really like peachy and bronzy, and blue and orange look really good together. Longer story short, I use my ColourPop, what is this called? It's a navy blue liner. It's called DTLA, and this is what it looks like. If well, once I roll it up, this is what it looks like. And here you go. Cross my hand. So I used this color. I used it in the outer corner here, and I brought it all the way around and then smudged it a little bit, but focused most of the color on the outer V, so up top and down on the bottom, and then smudged it. And then once I did that, then I used my NYX, that's the point, so this one here. I use this, and I like to go really in between the lashes, and all that does is it will make your lashes look so much darker and fuller. So that's what I did there. I'm sorry, I'm looking around to get this other stuff. And then lastly, for my lips, I used Artist Couture, the color Power Play. I didn't use a liner, I just used this color. It's a pretty, really pretty nude. This one here. So I used that, and then on top of that, I used the Pat McGrath Peach Perversion lip gloss. So it's a really pretty peachy tone, and I find that when I use this over nude lipsticks, it's so pretty. I don't even know if you can see that, but it's this one here. It's called Peach Perversion. So that's what I did, and in my lashes. Oh, put a little bit of blush on. For blush, I used NARS Orgasm and a little bit of highlighter. For that, I used the new Face and Cheek Glow that comes with this collection, but I'll do a separate review on that later. But for the blush, just so you know if you have it, I used Blush and Glow, and then I used a bit of Super Glow Nude as a highlighter on my face. So that's what I did off camera. Hopefully you like this look. What do I think about this palette? I'm trying to find another word other than like. I say that a lot. I like this palette. But you know what? It's just such a beautiful palette. I mean, it is definitely very specific because it is a bronze palette. I'm trying to pull it up here. But the thing that I like the most about this palette is you can get a richer look from it because you can mix it with this deep dive is just such a unique color. It's kind of, I want to say it's got a purple base brown, and it's so beautiful. And then this one here, this Magma, is just really kind of warm and smoky. So you can take this palette in so many different directions. You can take it and just do your standard bronze look with these tones here. You can do a nice smoky bronze look. You can bring in some pink. You can bring in some of this purple here to give it a flip. I just feel like this palette is it has a nice range. Like, I really love her curation of this palette and where she took it and the options that it gives you. So my camera's blinking. Hopefully it doesn't cut off on me again. Alright, I had to just quickly change my battery. So back into what I like about this palette. I feel like it's just, you can do so many different kinds of looks with this, not just the bronze. Even though it is a bronze palette and most of the colors clearly are in that range, you can really take it and push it in so many different directions. And it is one of those palettes that definitely look better when you see it in person. You can see the richness of the colors. When you swatch it, you can see the depth of them. So keep that in mind if you're on the fence about getting this palette. Who do I think this palette is for? If you love this color story, it is a warm palette. There aren't too many colors in there to deepen it up, so you are in that warm range. And if that's your thing, like, I really enjoy it. I plan on doing another video relatively soon about summer palettes. So there's another bronze palette by Morphe and some other brands that you can probably use maybe in place of this. But honestly, at the end of the day, when you're looking at a NATASHA DENONA palette, you want that quality. You want the shadows that blend themselves. They're buttery. They're smooth. The saturation's there. You don't have to do a lot of work, and you just get these amazingly beautiful looks. And that's what you're getting with this palette. She does not disappoint. This is definitely one of my top ones of her, and this is just my first impression. So enough rambling about this palette. I really do recommend it. I think it's a great palette. It's a great summer palette, especially if you want to, you know, bronze and glow. Didn't know how to end that. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna wrap this thing up. Hopefully you love this video and you love the look. And if you do, hit that subscribe button and that like button and the notification bell so you can see when I'm posting another video. And also, fam, you know, my Instagram. I freaking love being creative on both platforms. And you're going to see a little bit more of what I love to do on that side, makeup side, as far as Instagram. So just going to pop it up here. If you have some time, please go ahead and check me out. And yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for giving me some time. What time it is, whatever time it is, wherever you are, morning, noon, or night, I really do appreciate you giving me some time. So that is all. You guys have a great day.